How to overcome financial problems. Have you been struggling financially? Trust me, I've been there in the past and no more. And I'm going to share you all how to identify the sources of your financial problems and some possible solutions to resolve those issues. So, the first one, overspending, or what some of you may know as living beyond your means. Overspending. Overspending. Well, it's like you earn a certain amount of salary each month, or you may have a business and you earn a particular amount of income each month, but you are spending way more than you earn. And then you say, how is this possible? That's usually possible if it is you have to borrow. Now, borrowing can be both good and bad. I'll speak about that later on in this video. But if you are borrowing and it's for the purpose of some type of debt reducing asset, then you will have a problem right there. In other words, meaning you borrow for the purpose of buying a car. Now, of course, nothing is wrong with buying a car, but the way that most persons in society were thought is just you get a job, you go to the banks after a couple months, and you're able to set up to pay installments for that car or whatever it is you took out, right? And then you are struggling to have money to save, you're struggling to pay that monthly installment to cover for the vehicle you took out. So there's a better way to do it that you will not hear from a lot of people. You hear from some people, but when you live beyond your means or you overspend, that is going to put you in financial problems. Now, some persons may say, well, I only getting $3,000 a month, or I only getting $2,000 a month, or I getting $5,000 a month, I want to buy X, Y, and Z. Now, let's see. If your income was increased and you start to make 10,000 and you still experiencing that issue, and there's a bigger problem, it means that I'll go to the next issue, is that you may not be budgeting. So if you're not budgeting or tracking your expenses and your income, you will not have a clue where the money is going, how the money is leaving your hands so fast, and all of that. So you want to sort out with the budgeting. Now, the budgeting is actually one way you can fix the financial issues, right? Because it will help you to set the limits on the various areas that you spend money on, where you may want to save, where you might want to invest, where you might want to live for entertainment or educational purposes, etc. Okay, another issue is a lack of education. So people say a lack of education. Well, to do anything, most of us going to school. Well, as you all may know, the school education is not going to really get you very far in life. In fact, the things that we learn in school has nothing, with the majority of them at least, has nothing to do with actual real life situations and issues. So, the right education. So, when you get the wrong education based on the public free school system, it's a waste of time practically. And they don't even teach us how to budget. They don't teach us how to make and manage money. They don't teach us anything about that aspect. Because you know something, there's something I've learned, not from school, but from wealthy business owners on the internet, specifically YouTube, that if you don't know how to play the game of money, the persons who know how to play the game of money is using the money against you. That's sad, right? Alright, that's sad. So learn how to play the game of money. Learn how to make your money work for you. Learn how to make passive income and money while you sleep, and that could be a solution to your financial problems. Now, another issue could be like, this may fall under the overspending, but the borrowing, just over borrowing, right? So some persons, their life is about show. They need to show, right? And they think that wealth is based on what they have, when wealth is deeper than that. So there are persons who would take out loans to buy cars, mortgage, wedding, all those type of things. Let me say something. I remember I wanted to let's see, certain things in my younger years, a couple of years back, earlier in my 20s. And those days, I never used to be making the kind of money I'm making now, right? And I wanted all these luxurious things. I don't know where I was going to get the money for it. And it's good to have big ideas. And now, I'm a little bit more conservative with how I spend. So, it is important when it is you want to fix your financial issues, you need to find out the source of the issue. Another possible issue is that you don't have any asset producing income. Now, firstly, you probably say, what is this? Right? An asset in the first place is something that's going to make you money. Right? Now, some persons might say, well, only business people have those things. There are different types of income producing assets, right? Some would be strictly for business owners, others, anybody could actually tap into them. So, for example, if it is you don't want to open a business and you don't have the skill and the endurance and everything to actually manage a business, and because a business is like a child, especially in the early age, then don't start a business. But there are various forms of passive income, such as being an author, or YouTubing, or selling some kind of clothing line, or there is different things. There are so many different opportunities. If you don't seek, you're not going to find. And that's going to the scriptures now. Matthew chapter 7 tells us to seek and we shall find. So if you really, really, really want to get out of that financial problem or struggle, or be able to make more money so that you can have more set aside for safety purposes and to do other things like investing and to enjoy your life and to travel or whatever your goals are, you want to invest in an income producing asset. And if it is let's say you choose to become an author or a songwriter or a recording artist, or whatever you want to become, or you tap into some type of asset producing income producing asset. I don't know why I keep saying the wrong side. When that asset starts to make so much money, you could now use that asset to pay off for a car, or to take out a car. Now it is, you don't have to use the little bit of money you're making, but you have an asset that's making money and paid for that. So it's like a win-win situation where you still have your original money that was invested, and then you're getting that profit from the income producing asset, and you would be able to benefit from that. And this is something that wealthy people do, people that are on the top of their game. So I did mention earlier on that you could start budgeting in order to sort out your financial issues. And another thing you can do is lower your expenses. If it is you have unnecessary expenses, or everything you see you have to get, right, unnecessary expenses, cut it out. If it is a case of your income is just too low, or you get minimum wage, I could hardly buy anything, then you need to learn about some forms of passive income that actually works. I'm not talking about Ponzi scheme. I'm talking about actual passive income that can make you more than your active job or your actual job if you are working. And the final one is that only take out loans to invest in an income producing asset. Don't want to take out loans to buy a car. Take out a loan. Probably you might say, okay, I would open what? A game shop, an arcade or something. I'll hire people to work in it and they'll be working. I'll pay them, I'll get the profits, and then after probably a year or something, you have enough money from that business that could pay for your car or pay for your house mortgage. So you have to know how to make your money multiply for you. Okay, I hope that this video was helpful. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you want to see other videos similar to this. And see you all in the next video.